English Forward presents.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ken. Really excited to be chatting to you today. And just straight off the back of English Forward and assetscream signing a partnership and collaboration agreement.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And I'd just like to introduce you to our audience. Today, we're going to be chatting to Ken Permwad from assetscream. He's the co-founder and head of strategy and marketing. And Ken, just wanted to welcome you to the English Forward podcast.
Hello.
Ken, just to ask you, where are you currently based?
Currently, we are in Thailand.
In Thailand. Is that in Bangkok?
No, a province next to the Bangkok.
Okay, excellent. And I was just reading up on you on LinkedIn and what have you. You're a very interesting man, Ken.
Yes.
I see
Thank
that you're a technology enthusiast and you're a cosmopolitan. I assume that means you've lived around the world in different places.
Yes, I consider myself a bit lucky to be able to see the world more than the others, most of the authors. So because of the work in the previous company, not previous company, because I'm still working for that company, every now and then I have to join the conference across the world, and I might actually fell in love to travel, so I consider myself cosmopolitan.
Oh, it's excellent. What's your favorite part?
Part of the world.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy San Francisco.
Okay.
I quite enjoy South Korea.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
That's nice. It's good to be based in that part. Ken, I hear that you're also pretty handy around the kitchen. You're a self-described foodie.
Yes, hobby. Like, it's been a while since the last cooking, because now it's the launching of the assetscream project, which we are really excited of this moment. We have been working in this project since 2017. That's why my kitchen hour is drastically decreased in this period. Yes.
Right. But I hope you're still eating. I see that for a while, like for 4 years, we're also a professional esports player. I mean, you got some amazing accolades: winner of the Ragnarok Online Thailand Champ and first runner-up in the World Champs in 2012. That's amazing.
Yes. In my youth time, like when I was very, very young, everybody enjoyed playing computer games, especially in my age, that the computer game is like a new normal of our age.
Okay.
So I go quite extreme on that until I achieve the first runner-up of the competition.
Okay, excellent. So when you've had a hard day at work and you get home, how do you relax? Either by cooking or gaming?
Most of the time, I keep browsing the things that I want to see as a relaxed time.
Okay. All right, cool. That's pretty much like what I do. I'd like to start off with just a couple of questions so we can get to know each other, and then we'll get into
Great.
the more sort of specific industry stuff. Is that okay with you?
Yes, very, very pleased to answer all the questions.
I believe you're a serial entrepreneur alongside your brother. In fact, you've been in business since 2010.
Yes.
What is the most unusual business that you've actually been involved in?
Unusual business.
Yeah.
Because my career path is always involved in internet and publishing online content, as the majority, the main company that I work for is the mobile application publisher. Right?
Okay.
At a random day, 3-4 years ago, my brothers came up to me, hey, why don't we build the school? Like
Really?
literally small school. I was like, what?
Well, like a
And
proper bricks and mortar school.
yes, and then he explained that he wants to offer the cheap and serious education to the children in the suburbs of the Thailand. And then we invest in uh, uh, not that big number, but we really satisfied not from the number that we got financially, but we achieved something for the community.
Yeah, I think that's always amazing when you can get some. There's sometimes a lot more benefit and reward in that anyway, and doing something good for other people.
Yes, that's very unusual because normally when you do the business, sometimes you're looking forward to the benefit, and profit.
Yeah, I think.
This
Yeah,
time we are actually doing. We already did something for the children.
that's excellent. Is that school still running?
Yes, very. Currently, we have around 200 concurrent students a
Gee,
month.
that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. What ages are they?
The age there.
Around 12 to 18. They are high schooler.
Cool, high schoolers. Geez, well done to you, man. That's hats off to you for doing that.
And we teach only math.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
Basically, it's more like a tutor, but very, very low cost tutor.
Yeah.
And the reason why I consider this unusual because at the beginning of my life, I don't like math. I don't like math
Really?
at all. But as the times go by, I getting better and better and better.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think, but it's maybe unusual because being in a tech sort of field, maths is it needs to be quite a strong suit. But obviously, you've played to your strengths exceptionally well.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you a little bit. We're obviously going to talk about assetscream and English Forward and how microfinance and education can work together in the blockchain space. Can you please just describe what assetscream does?
Basically, assetscream is offering a finance for those underbanked and unbanked.
Okay. And is it specific to a region?
Yes, currently our flagship market is Southeast Asia, Thailand, and going to be expand to the globe scale very, very soon since the platform is designed to pretty much expand really fast.
Okay, so you've really got the scalability worked out.
Yes.
And how long have you actually been involved in the microfinance industry?
Personally, 3 years, since I'm only 27. But by the luck, I met a lot of people in the fintech industry in Thailand, and also we have an advisor from insurance company. And also blockchain system, yes.
Okay. And what actually initially got you interested in sort of blockchain and microfinance?
Excuse me, can you come again?
What got you interested in blockchain and microfinance?
Speaking about blockchain technology, it's quite new for people out there, I mean the customer end. And every time we're talking about blockchain, they kind of don't want to know what is it, but they really want to use it. So basically, blockchain for me is providing transparency. The layer of trust is very much benefit of the blockchain by keep those intermediaries away from the business, because nowadays intermediaries take a lot of profit from the chain.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the microfinance, blockchain is pretty much make it possible in the global scale, because microfinance is about lending out small amount of money to your network. But imagine the blockchain infused in microfinance, expanding your network into the global in the global scale.
Yeah,
so you don't know them, but you know that they are capable to return the money.
Yeah, it's quite a leap of faith, eh? It's amazing. And just practically, can you explain how assetscream would work with an end user, and how it sort of aims to reduce poverty and bring financial inclusion with the products and access to financial services that you guys have put together?
How will it work in real? That's what he's asking.
Excuse me.
Can you repeat the question? You're asking him how the platform works in real life, right?
Yeah, it's exactly like you've obviously got a big vision and what have you, but practically on the ground, how would that work for someone that was previously unbanked, and how would it give them access to those financial services?
All right. We offer a very simplified method to our borrower. First, they have to do, of course, first they have to register in our platform. The second, they have to pass the due diligence process, which including KYC.
Yeah.
And when they join the platform, they can ask to raise their project or raise their proposal to our community, which our community going to decide how much the proposal going to be valued.
Okay. So the community plays a big role in the loans and what have you in specific projects.
Exactly, and also the KYC process and the platform give them a credit scoring and rating as well.
Okay. If I looked at sort of the other side, so from where I sit, in running an English language platform where we've got English language students, if they wanted to borrow money or raise money to do a course or a degree or something like that, how would that work?
Yes, it's possible to raise the money to join, to go to the course. But every borrower has to pass the KYC process, which when you pass the KYC process, then the platform gonna use that data information to do the credit scoring, and then you can place your proposal to the community. Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. And with the way you are developing, how do you see the future of blockchain developing?
The future of blockchain on microfinance?
Yeah.
Pretty much nowadays that everybody try to keep the intermediaries away. We are the one of the first 100% application platform that based on blockchain technology, and we will drive the market into the market without intermediaries, because without intermediaries, everybody profits.
Yeah, I know that makes a lot of sense. And just with regards to that, obviously one of the big questions that people ask is regarding adoption. There have been a lot of improvements in, obviously, in the microfinance business model. Blockchain technology still is in its infancy, and it's got some challenges to overcome. And how do you actually overcome some of those challenges with a new tech when you don't have really integrated or interoperable solutions that can be integrated into an existing market or an existing model? Is that a difficult thing to achieve?
For us, we believe that even how complicated the machine nowadays, the end user should feel comfortable enough to use it. Imagine the iPhone or platform we're using nowadays. We don't know what's inside, but apparently they make it simple for you enough to work it out. Thanks to technology nowadays, that the blockchain is not super complicated application, and we have to wait for an hour block time anymore. Now Stellar network, they provide almost instantly transaction that benefit a lot of our back-end process. So when people using our platform, they won't feel much different between the traditional or existing application on the market.
Yeah, I think that simplification is the key, because if it's intuitive and people can use it without having to relearn everything, it makes it so much easier, because we've all got habits and things that have been drummed into us that we use every day. And if that's a usable solution, it makes it really simple to create adoption.
And also the early state of the platform, we offer only the whitelist SMEs and everything, because we want to achieve the 0% NPL for our people to entrust them to go forward to full peer-to-peer lending platform in the future.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a great way to look at it and to actually proceed, because then you're creating credibility and trust immediately.
Yes.
Which is great. And when you look at obviously where you guys are, Southeast Asia and what have you, is right on the forefront of blockchain, and there's a lot happening in the area. I mean, do you believe you sort of living as part of history in a turning point in how microfinance can change things with blockchain and give students and just people across the world access to finance? Do you think it could be a pivotal point in our financial history?
Yes, currently, I will humbly say that assetscream going to be very small hand of this big change of the new normal, that's going to be the next big things, because when the blockchain is when we enabling blockchain, then we can trust somebody across the world without knowing who they are, right? So, but because of the platform and how scalably, and how we can scale it up very fast, in the future, we might be a major player in this market.
And do you have specific ways in educating your users? I mean, to encourage that adoption?
Yes, we currently push the press release, public relation, to educate specific market to build the community-driven application. When we achieve the community-driven application, the process of educate new users is going to be much easier because everybody benefit from the new user in this application.
And is it a I mean, what segment of the population, if you look at Southeast Asia as a demographic, what age groups do you find that you're getting the most adoption from?
Currently, from our statistics, to be honest, from 20 until 60 is very,
wow,
very wide range. Yes.
That's excellent. That's very encouraging. I think when you find a broad cross section like that, it's great because it just it highlights the awareness in the marketplace and the willingness for people to actually try stuff and to adopt the new tech.
Yes, but then their personal data and information also affect their credit scoring. As you know that every transaction or every data it's in part of the calculation of the credit scoring.
Yeah, that's right.
The credit scoring of the man who has a stable job and then 30 at his age should be higher than 60. That's normal.
Okay. And if you looked at the market and for some of the people that are listening, if there were people looking to enter, aspiring blockchain entrepreneurs in either your field or the education sector, what advice would you give people that are starting out?
What advice do you give to entrepreneurs who want to start in the blockchain?
Yeah.
Young entrepreneurs.
Well, learn to tackle the problems and respond to that problem properly. Also, the things that I encourage, because once you would like to join to be entrepreneur, you're gonna see a lot of problem to solve, and if you can solve the problem properly, then you're gonna be success in this road.
And Ken, I mean, talking about problem solving, obviously everybody has a different way of tackling problems, and there are many, many challenges in the whole blockchain arena. I mean, how do you tackle problems? Do you have a methodology or a way that you approach a task or something that's a challenge? And if you could just talk us through, a way you'd see a problem and possibly find a solution.
When I work by the facts that teams gather, all the information and facts. And also the blockchain is just giving a new opportunities or the way to solve those problems. But when you make a strategy of the designing the platform or strategy or the market space of the platform, you should stick with that, and not going, make the strategy unstable by the market change.
And what do you do when you get stuck?
Stuck.
When you're stuck.
For example, you find a challenge, it's difficult, and you work through all the scenarios and things that you think, and then you get, I mean, what are the sort of questions you ask yourself? How do you get yourself out of a dead end?
Dead end. Basically, for myself, I never see the situation in the dead end, because in the dead end, there is a new opportunity or there is a new solution keep popping up. when you see the dead end, it means you close your eye only, that you cannot see anything else but the dead end. But if you look around and that on what you call the stuck, it might not that stuck as you think.
Yeah, it's a great way to look at it. I mean, with the amount of experience and what have you that you've had, I'm sure you've had projects that have failed, and sometimes you might have been discouraged or whatever it is. But is there? I mean, if there was a lesson that you've learned from a project that maybe stalled or failed, what would it be? Specifically within this whole blockchain space.
Yes. I wouldn't talk about it as just only the blockchain space that I'm working for. I'm gonna go with general.
Okay.
Sometimes when you perceive the information, you have to perceive it as neutral. Don't bias to believe it because you want to believe it. Like sometimes you see the numbers of the market, but then from the market research, right? But then you say, oh, this is not true because you just want to believe in something else. And your decision is going to be, changed because of that bias. You can endorse something, but don't be biased on the things that you see, that you believe in. And then your decision is going to be good for you and good for your business and good for your team as well.
So, Ken, are you basing a lot of all of your decisions based on data rather than feelings or intuition, or is it a combination?
Yes, it's a combination, but less feeling.
Okay, that actually makes sense because our head and our heart can so often get in the way of what the data says, doesn't it?
Yes, sometimes I have a feeling with the data, but data is data because your feeling shouldn't be overcome the data. And like everybody can fail, but just keep getting up. And because you doing something a bit wrong, it doesn't mean you have failed in your life. Take it as a lesson. Yes.
And I'm sure you hear or you've received lots of advice in your time in the whole blockchain space. I mean, what are the worst recommendations you've ever heard in this industry?
Worst recommendation?
Yeah.
Worst recommendation. Wow. The worst recommendation. It's come from the worst people. Like I met a lot of people in the industry, and some of them has not really clear agenda. So don't take those recommendations. And the worst recommendation I received is, thinking about shoot project to the moon, but not thinking about the real adoptions of the blockchain.
Yeah, it makes sense. Eh? It's being oversold and underdelivered. Eh? Sure. I read as one said, if a user can't find it, it doesn't exist. And obviously, microfinance and the area of fintech and what have you that you guys are involved in is very noisy. How do you get your business to stand out above the noise? I mean, how does assetscream get its voice heard above the noise of what's in the actual market?
Sorry. First, keep your promise. Keep your promises with your investor. This is very important. Once you make a commitment with the investor or your people, you should going to achieve that for them. And you should learn to separate the real problem and the problem is that we actually just thinking of that is a problem. The real problem the real problem is the things to be solved, but the problem that how should I say this? Like the something that happened in the noises when you're working in the blockchain industry, some of that might not be a problem.
Yeah, so I suppose it's not getting distracted with the noise and actually seeing the wood for the trees. Ken, I can just sense you've got incredible energy and vision and focus, and to maintain that and to be part of a vibrant team that's building the future is amazing. But just interesting, what motivates you? How do you maintain that high level of motivation and energy in your day to day?
First, I have to say thank you the people around me. Whether they are a co-founder, a partnership, like a business partner, and also our team, we have the same direction to achieve one goal. Whenever I feel tired and whenever I look at them, I gain those energy back to me. And it's actually a great feeling to work with the people who share the same goal with you. And together we go far.
Yeah, that's for me. It's such true words. Gee whiz, I think we certainly are carried by the people around us, and they motivate us. So yeah, yes. Thanks for that. And just sort of lastly, Ken, if you had to look sort of 10 years into the future and give us a snapshot of what you think the future would look like, the intersection of blockchain, microfinance, and education. How do you think assetscream, or what do you think the world could look like if you had to pick it out?
The assetscream will issuing a lot of loans in most of the country all around the world. And also we going to achieve the credit scoring standard in our platform, that our user can refer this credit score to the third party application, that they have a credit without doing any bank. And the blockchain will be new normal, like internet nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it's a very optimistic and a great view of the future, because it encompasses and allows a lot of people that don't have opportunities now to, work on an equal playing field or a level playing field with others, especially on a global scale, as the global economy gets more connected and certainly reaches unbanked and underprivileged people. And I think what you guys are I think what you guys are doing is wonderful. I'm certainly going to be watching assetscream and look forward to working alongside you guys.
And of course, assetscream will working with English Forward until we achieve the 1.7 billion people that needed microfinance all around.
Yeah, absolutely, Ken. I just wanted to say thanks, man. I really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy guy. And I look forward to meeting you sometime when I come out to that part of the world. So thanks again. And Didier, thanks to you as well for your time. Really appreciate it, guys.
Likewise,
pleasure.
and very pleased to talk with you today.
Great. Have a good day. Cheers.
Yes, bye bye.
Cheers then.
You were listening to an English Forward production, the web's largest Learn English community and Q&A site. Everything you need to understand and improve your English. Visit EnglishForward.com.